This is a look into the way Mormons do traditional weddings by Joshua Minton. Okay, can you say and spell your name?
Grace Buffew, GraceBouffiou.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Amanda and Jay getting married?
My thoughts on Amanda and Jay getting married are that I'm extremely excited for her because I know that Jay will treat her very well. And can I just not have that "and" in there?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And then, what is your view of their relationship?
My view of their relationship. Oh shoot, I didn't remember that question.
It's okay.
When I think of Amanda and Jay's relationship, I think of. Crap, I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
When I think of Amanda and Jay's relationship, I think of two people that make the perfect couple.
Okay. And then, how do you know Amanda and Jay? How do you know Amanda and Jay?
I met Amanda when I was in my first year of college. We played volleyball together on the same team, and a few months later I came to visit her in Texas, and that's when I met Jay.
Today we will talk with Joshua Minton on Mormon wedding traditions compared to normal weddings. Can you say and spell your name?
Joshua Minton, JOSHUAMINTON.
Okay, can you explain a Mormon wedding?
Yeah, so in a traditional sense, we don't have a wedding where A Mormon wedding is different than a traditional wedding in that we go to the temple. There's lots of temples all over the world, and you go to the closest one, and each temple has several rooms. One of those rooms is called a sealing room, and in the sealing room, the husband and wife, or soon-to-be husband and wife, go, and that's where the actual wedding takes place. There's a person called a sealer, and they say a few words, generally like a prayer, and that's when you get sealed, and that's what the wedding is. Your friends and family all sit around you. Afterwards, you exchange rings, and afterwards you go outside and take pictures with your friends and family, and generally that's it. If everybody on both sides of the family are Mormon, that's it. The wedding is over at that point, basically. But for me, and in our case, it's a little bit different because my family isn't Mormon and her family is, so we'll be going to the temple for us, and her family will be there. But for my family, we're doing what's called a ring ceremony, and that's what you guys think of as a traditional wedding. We'll go to a church, and there'll be like chairs set up, and the bridesmaids at the front, and we'll walk down the aisle, and her dad will walk her, and all of the traditional stuff will happen there, even though we will have already been married earlier that morning.
Okay. Sorry. I don't say it like because then How long have you known each other?
We have known each other for we're gonna think.
It's okay.
We've known each other since 4th grade. So whatever grade technically we're in now, she's a senior in college and I'm a junior in college. So it's been a long time. We dated in high school, so me and Amanda got together our senior year, and then we both moved, and then since we got back together, we've been together for a little over a year and a half-ish now, and so.
Okay. How did y'all meet?
Me and Amanda met in high school. Um, she she played sports, and I played sports, and just sort of knew each other through like mutual friends, and ended up talking.
Okay. What moment did you know you wanted to marry Amanda?
The moment I knew that I wanted to marry Amanda was um, we had gotten back together after high school. I was living in the colony, and she was staying there for the summer, and I we were just hanging out one day, and I asked myself if I thought that I could spend the rest of my life with her, and I knew that the answer was yes, and so I knew at that moment that I was willing to marry her, and I knew I was going to.
How did you propose?
I proposed to Amanda with an Easter egg hunt because it was on Easter Day. We had come home from church, and I had this little Easter egg hunt like set up in my house. It was super small. It was like 4 eggs, and they led to each other. And then the last egg had a card in it that said, "Will you marry me?" And then when she turned around, I was there behind her on one knee.
What are you looking forward to most about the wedding?
The thing I'm looking forward to most about the wedding is watching her mom cut the cake, or see us cut the cake, because we told her mom that we wanted a funfetti cake for the wedding, and she said no. And so we just said okay, and then went straight to the person making our cake and told them that we want a funfetti cake and not to tell her mom. So it'll be a big surprise.
Okay, I don't know if y'all have a first dance song. Is that a thing?
What?
A first dance song? Do y'all do that?
Maybe not a first dance, but we have a song.
Okay, I'm gonna ask it what
I don't know the name of it though. It's by Megan Trainor and John Legend. What's that name of that song? What's the name of that song?
I don't know. Hold on. I can pause it. That's awesome. What is your first dance song and why?
Me and Amanda's first dance song is "Like I'm Gonna Lose You" by Megan Trainor and John Legend. We just heard it in the car one day on the radio, and we were both singing it and having fun with it, and we just felt like this is like a perfect song to have our dance to, so that's why we picked it.
What do you think the hardest thing about marriage will be?
I think the hardest thing about marriage will be just making sure that you're always dating the person in that sense, because I think a lot of people get married and then they get complacent, and then they're just sort of married and they just become like roommates, you know? And so I think that, I think courting is another word for like always courting her even though you're already married. I think that really keeps everything together, so.
How much did you help plan the wedding?
I helped plan the wedding maybe like 5%. Because me and Amanda were both in school, her mom did the brute of it, and I was just asked a couple questions and I get a couple answers. Nothing crazy.
Where's the honeymoon?
We
And
had
why did you pick that? Sorry.
me and Amanda are having our honeymoon in North Carolina, and we picked that place because we listed all of the places in the United States that we've never been, and then narrowed it down to a couple places that sounded pretty, and then we just ended up sort of picking North Carolina.
Why are you marrying her?
I am marrying Amanda because I know that she is the woman that I was always meant to be with. In our church, we believe that when you marry somebody, you're sealed to them, and that they are your partner for a time and all eternity. So we don't believe in when someone just says "till death do you part." So not only am I marrying her to be with her in this life, but to be with her for the rest of eternity, including our children and all of our families. So I just know that she's the person that I want to spend the rest of eternity with. So.
Hold on. Okay. Because you weren't Mormon before, right? So why did you convert?
I converted to the Mormon church because of a very somber and spiritual experience that I had with my best friend and my best man at my wedding, Mitch Hopkins. I had been hanging out with Mormons for like 6 years at that point, and they had all tried to get me to come to church in some fashion. And one day in the car, me and Mitch House were like a heart to heart, and he didn't try to get me to come to church. He just told me how the church has like saved his life, and it made me say, why not give it a shot? And so I did, and then it kind of just all fell into place after that.
Are the stress levels for the groom as high as the bride's?
The stress levels for the groom are probably never as high as they are for the bride. I think mainly because the majority of the work is traditionally done by the bride's family. So the groom just has a few decisions to make, but not nearly as stressful now.
Where are you getting married and why?
Me and Amanda are getting married in the Dallas, Texas temple. And then that's just because that's the closest temple to us, to where we live, and that's the one we visited the most. The ring ceremony will be in Frisco, Texas, and that's just a nice large church building that's great for like hosting a wedding, so that's why we picked that.
And I don't know if this question applies, but are you having a traditional or more modern wedding?
We are having a more modern wedding, maybe. I would say because there's a hot chocolate bar and cotton candy and things like that, things that you probably wouldn't have seen, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So maybe more modern.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was so good.
It was a long night.